everyone. Today on this wonderful, fantastic Tipsy Tuesday, I am Samantha Wall. I am your host of Tipsy Tuesday Mastermind.
I can't hear anything, sorry.
Oh, it's all right. This right here is a community that we have built. We come here and we meet here every Tuesday at the same time. My time in Colorado, it's 10 a.m. and Eastern time, it's 12. And my co-host, Stephanie Butler, is right there. And today we have Eric on with us. And we're going to speak a little bit about where he is and what he's been doing, if he can hear us at all. Can you hear us now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Eric's having problems hearing us. Can you hear us? Yeah, try refreshing. Minnie said refresh. Hey, Minnie, you got a camera? You want to come out?
Hey, Minnie.
Okay. So anyways, today what I wanted to really go over is my favorite topic, mindset. And just kind of talk a little bit about where we start and how we get through everything. Hey, Minnie, if you want to come out, you can. You're more than welcome. We can hear you. You can't hear us, though. So how have you been, Steph?
Great.
Good, good.
Busy, How about you? L1, congratulations. How does that feel? Wait, I hear him. Is that him?
Yeah.
I can't get freaking sound.
But he can't hear us.
Can you hear me, guys?
We can hear you. You just can't hear us, I think.
Have no sound.
Oh, bummer. It's okay. Just keep working on it.
We can hear him. He just can't hear us.
Yeah. Okay, so how about you, Stephanie? When you first started this in the industry, where was your mindset compared to where it's at now, and how did you get there? And that's kind of what I just wanted to talk about today.
Well, I had been introduced a little bit to mindset before, but I hadn't really utilized it. Like I would for fun, but not for real. So once you get into it, you really understand how using your mindset can bring things to you or take things away from you. So it's really been helpful in us when it comes to, using what our mind tells us and what we're telling our mind about the mindset. You got to get used to the rejection. And people, realizing that people are out there looking for you, and weeding through the people that aren't is part of it. So it definitely can have some effects on your mind. So definitely mindset's the place to be if you're going to make it in this industry. That's for sure.
Yeah, one of the things that I just actually got off the phone this morning with somebody, and I was talking to them. They started talking about mindset. So frustrating. Mm-hmm. They started talking about mindset, and he was kind of in a place where he thought that he was like, well, why do I need that? And that's kind of where I was at when I first started in the industry. Is I just really didn't understand how important working on personal development actually was for the industry and for life in general. However, it will get, sorry, I just got a message up. I just think that, when you first start out, if you don't understand where the mindset really comes into play, when I first started, I was like, well, I think of the glass half full, You know, like I've always considered myself a very positive person. So in order to have, you know, the mindset to where I am now compared to where I was 2 years ago, and really developing you and yourself and reading is just so important and key.
Mm-hmm. Well, and we're coming into touch with people all the time that are just, you know, they're stressed out and down because they're looking for our solution. To be able to keep that positive attitude as well and be able to move that forward onto the people that we're bringing over with us. So.
Yeah. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, one of the greatest ways to get involved in mindset is definitely the morning wake-up calls, which if you don't have that number, we can write it in the chat for you. These wake-up calls are absolutely free. You can jump on them at 9 o'clock, or I guess it's 9 o'clock in the morning, my time, 11 o'clock.
It's 11, yeah.
I know I'm always like 2 hours behind everybody.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, when I get on here, I'm like, good morning! It's like, everybody's like, what do you mean? I'm eating lunch.
I know. But it's good for you because you really have the wake-up call as a wake-up call.
Yes.
It's more like almost noon here, so.
Yeah.
You get up for hours.
Well, the East Coast is always a little slower. I remember when I lived on the East, you know, when I lived in Florida and stuff, it was just like, okay, let's take our time in the morning. It's just it's a more laid back type of community down there, man. It's just, I love it.
Yeah, I got to work 20 minutes late. Oh, okay. Well, it just took me longer to get to work today.
Oh, no.
Okay.
So what are you guys doing right now? Are you guys blogging? You guys are blogging, right?
We're doing blogging and, you know, constant mindset. And, of course, Kelly started, I've journaled before, but he started some journaling, so that's good. But, yeah, just blogging and mindset, you know. We've got a new action plan in force, so.
Yeah, what is that?
Well, you know, Kelly, we have a new notebook that Kelly's working with, and it's got, you know, starting from the morning, what he's doing from when he wakes up, because I'm gone all day, and he's got more gaps in his schedule, so that's been helping a lot with getting, you know, planning ahead of time for when it comes to blogging and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
Planning the days out from when you wake up to when you go to bed.
Yeah, because
sleep time.
He's doing, writing down, 3 affirmations in the journal?
Mm-hmm. He's keeping things in the back. Quotes and books. So she's just, organization has been kind of our hard part. So we're working on organization because without that, you can't get the consistency. So it's getting better. It definitely is. So,
yeah,
and he made it. We got a beautiful notebook for him that has like the gold foil edging, so it feels nice to be writing in it, bringing it along with you because it is part of your story, which you want it to be look nice, not just a little notebook that you feel like flapping around or might lose or rip pages out of or whatever.
Yeah. I think that's one of the biggest struggles that people have is the actual, like, being able to get on a time thing. Because I've been in the industry for 2 years now, and I have gone from, like, one way of doing things, like I had an Excel sheet and it was my boss's list, and I would go through and anything that I thought, that needed to be done, such as content, mindsets on there, exposures, how many follow-ups I did, things like that, money-making activities versus non-money-making activities, because we can literally be as busy as bees and not be.
Hello.
Can you hear us now?
Hi.
Hello.
We can hear you. Can you hear us? Okay, so one of the biggest things that I think, that people struggle with so much is the actual like time management. And I play around with this. I've been playing around with this for 2 years now. I've gone from lists of things that I know that I need to do, and then that just becomes a habit at that point. Like I know that there's certain things that have to be done. Talking about money-making activities versus non-money-making activities, we all need to set up our blogs and stuff like that and work on that stuff. But that is non-money-making activities. Of course, they have to be made, but your exposures and your follow-ups and your content is really where the money-making happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have actually just started about a week ago, and I'm telling you guys, if you can do this, do this. It is crazy. I was listening to a wake-up call of Aaron Parker's. I think it was, it had to have been on February 5th. He talked about writing down every minute of your day. And guys, this is literally, see how every single minute of my day is accounted for? And it is truly amazing. I've been doing it since the 5th of February. As you can see, I have pages and pages and pages of every single minute of my day. And it is amazing how fast you can get things done and how much time you spend on things that you shouldn't spend time on. Like, for instance, if you're timing the phone calls that you're making with your prospects, you're going to literally have, the ability to go, oh my gosh, I just spent an hour on the phone with somebody. Yeah. And, I gave them all the, you're a busy person. You need to make sure that your conversations with these prospects go down to, 5 to 15 minutes at the most to be able to move on with your day and let the video, let whatever, whatever your primary is, or if you're inside of MLSP, let that video explain to them, because then you'll know if they're actually really interested and true to their word. Is if they opt into that video and they watch that whole video, then you can call them back and say, hey, do you have any questions at that point? Absolutely. You want to come out? I'd love to have you out. Let me see. Let's bring Minnie out.
Yeah, I could show you a little bit what I do here at the office with my what I do. I actually got to pick up my computer.
Yeah, you just got a ton of leads, right?
Oh yeah, we just got 89 over the weekend. Okay, can you see like how I have the note over here? Let's see it. Okay. See how on one side I have different colored Post-it notes?
Mm-hmm.
And on the other side is Post-it notes too. Well, like my orange is monthly things, and my yellow is daily things, and my purple are things I'm working on that are need to be done, but they're like, when they're done, they're done. So when I'm done, like you see over here, I don't know, can you see? Like
yep.
This and this. These are things I've already done for the day. So they're over here. And at the end of the day, like these, I'll move back over at the other side to the next step. So those are my kind of like my doing done for. So I'll pick off what I'm working on for the time being, and I'll set it next to me. When I'm done, I'll put the Post-it note on the other side of the board, so I know I've gotten some stuff done.
So okay, so you kind of came out. Your microphone was like off. So on the one side, go ahead.
It's Post-it notes, which are my weekly, daily, and monthly tasks, and then my miscellaneous tasks. And then I'll pick off, like, say my daily ones, they're yellow. I pick off a daily one, I set it on the desk next to me, that's what I'm working on. When I'm done, I put it on the other side of the board. I'm done for the day with that. So, and then when I do, like I have, like on Mondays, I do something, I have a pink for Mondays, or for the weekly one. So I'll grab my pink for that weekly one, and when I move it to the other side, then I know I'm done. And that's how, and then my end of the day, I pick my dailies and I put them back on the other side for the next day. And then the monthly and weeklies are already done over on the other side, so they stay. And my old to-dos or stay. So I start to see on the other side of my board what's done and what I've done. Hi, Minnie.
Hey.
So, it's called a doing done board.
I love it.
So.
I love it. I use Post-it or Notepad on my computer as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have them all organized like that. That's cool.
Yeah. Well, you know, look, I got everything all lined up. I got things all over. So.
I know. Hey, Minnie, can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you.
How are you?
I'm good.
Hi.
I'm good.
I see you rocking out. What's going on?
A whole lot of busy work that felt like busy work, but it was actually work. It's getting to the mindset that this is actually going to produce income, even though it feels like we're just hanging out, video chatting with people. It's realizing that people actually are following us and they actually want to know more about us, where they will eventually reach out and contact us. So it's getting to that idea that this will eventually become a source of income where providing value actually is a viable, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is the source of income.
Yeah.
Value is it. That's it.
Like, anybody that's outside of this, and I say I'm home all day and I make YouTube videos, they can't grasp how it makes money.
Right.
So it's just interesting that I finally understand what I'm doing, and then I tell people about it. There's like, it doesn't, how does that work? Even over the weekend, I was talking with Sunny what we're doing, and she said, isn't that a pyramid-y thingy? And I'm like, what's a pyramid? And it was interesting how that actually worked, where she actually had to define a pyramid if you stopped talking.
What's that?
It was amazing. I was like, wait, that really worked? That objection thing I've been learning all along actually does work. So yeah, it was interesting to actually realize when you do put the little advice into action, it does work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think that that's what's so key is like you were saying when I first started. A little bit about my story is I've been in direct sales since 2009. So I was all offline, and I dabbled a little bit online, but then I chose to really take my stuff online. And when I went over and I researched for like months, and then finally I found MLSP and was like, I'm doing this, I'm going all in. And I was the same way you are, Minnie. Like my husband comes home one day and he goes like this, he goes, someone today, it was the first time, but they asked me what a network marketer was, and I couldn't answer it. So it's so true. And that's the thing, like what Minnie was just saying, is it's such a process. And as long as you're tapping in and showing up to this kind of stuff and doing, and really opening your mind to it, it just all comes together. It really does. Right.
It was a connection but I'm like, okay, at one point that connection is going to hit. That connection is, and then it finally did, and it's like, oh, well, geez, what was all those other dumb questions? Well, they weren't dumb questions. They were getting to the point because I didn't know. So, you just have to, and that's a big part of mindset. With where we are, I mean, everybody's got that mindset. So if you are down, we have people to reach out to and watch and feel and see what they're up to. So that's nice.
Yeah.
And that helps you stay strong.
Especially when your first commission comes in, and I already work from home, so then switching industries and having my first commission coming from my new industry, I was like, wait, what? I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't sit online all day, hours on end, bored out of my mind. I like some content out there, someone clicked on it, pressed purchase, and now I have $100.
Yay.
I'm like, what did I do for like, because it's like if you're in a job, you know exactly how much money you made that day sitting at your job all day. where every 2 weeks when everyone gets their paycheck and your supervisors hand your paycheck at your desk and everyone looks at their paycheck, at least like half of them run back to HR and complain what's missing on their paycheck if they did overtime and they calculated it wrong.
Yeah.
It's do content, go about your business, go about your life, and then check your email in a couple of weeks and there might be something there for you.
Yeah. It is crazy. It's like, you know, when I first started and I was following Ray Higdon, he was like, you know, one of the things that people will ask you in this industry, which is very odd, but people will ask you how much you make. It's like nowhere else will somebody come up to you, you know, if you're an accountant. Yeah, if you're an accountant, nobody's going to come up to you and say, well, how much do you make? But for some reason in this industry,
that's the job mentality of how much do you make, because you're trying to calculate pay by the hour work.
Yep.
Instead of do something for somebody and maybe they'll give you something. Like I remember as a kid, I helped a lady with Christmas shopping. She had like 3 kids with her and a bunch of bags. And I put her in a cab and then she hugged me and $20 showed up in my pocket. I was I'm like, what happened here? Because I got home, I emptied my pocket, so I'm like, that's not, I didn't get it from my parents. It was.
That's a mine. But it is now.
And all I remember is I put her in a cab. I didn't remember any other thing because I was just, you know, why not? I have free hands. She's friendly with her kids and the grocery bags. Just, that's all it was. Put her in a cab. And somehow I got a hug with $20.
That's awesome. That's the universe, man. I totally believe in the universe and all of that stuff. If you're listening to this or watching this or whatever, go and literally you don't even have to read a book. The Secret is on Netflix. If you have Netflix, go watch it. It is a life changer because it's so true. Like the good things that you give out and the way that you live your life, things come back to you.
Yeah. Well, and you have to know what you want. That's the other thing.
Yep, and that is the hardest thing.
Yeah.
That's what I was just telling my husband because I'm going through Outwitting the Devil right now book, and he talks about what is it, definitency?
I don't know. I haven't read that book. So.
Oh my gosh, it's awesome. He talks about definitency and purpose, and those of us who walk through life with definitency, I think that's what it is. Don't quote me, but basically with purpose and knowing where we're going, and no matter what happens, you know, if we don't get off track of where we're going. And I was telling my husband, I was like, and he goes, the problem is where are you going? You know, like finding that where do I want to be can be one of the hardest things, but it's one of the most important things. I mean, to have a visualization of where you see yourself in 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years from now even. And, you know, I totally believe in dreaming big. Big, 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 big. Dream as big as you can, because in this industry, you can be as big as you want to be. But make those smaller goals a little bit more, you know, not like, you know, by, you know, in 3 months I'm going to be making $100,000 a month. It could happen. I'm not saying it can't happen. Just like, you know, we were saying earlier, the one thing that Ray Higdon was saying about when somebody asks you that, because you will run across that question when you're talking to people, and it can stump you. I remember it stumped me completely. I was like, Well, here's a good way to put it. Just like Minnie said, you can simply say, I don't know how much I make a month, because there's videos that I'm making money off of that I made, you know, 2 years ago. So for me to tell you how much I make is really, you know, like, I can't do that. Or you can turn around and ask them, say, how is what I make going to reflect on how much you're going to make? Because technically, maybe I only want to make $1,000 a month extra for my family. Yeah. And maybe you want to make $10,000 extra a month. So me making my happy, you know, 1,000 or whatever it is, that has no reflection on what you're going to do or how much you want to make.
Plus, like, I'm in Canada, so the exchange rate boosts my income in itself. So even though I'm earning US dollars, if I go to, like, a currency exchange website to figure out what that is in Canadian dollars, it's more. So I can't give anybody an honest answer what I make, because I may get commissions in $1 currency, but when it shows my bank account, the bank sees I'm making a whole different amount of money. So there's never a solid answer because it's commission, so it's based on efforts. Then depending on what country you're in, it could go up or down. So it's basically, my mom always said a dollar is a dollar in every man's country. And as a kid, I had no idea what that meant. Now I kind of get what that means.
Awesome. Is he able to join us now? Can you hear us now, Eric?
He's muted.
They can hear us. We can't hear him now.
Can you hear me?
Now.
Oh my God, I want to stab myself in the face. I'm so sorry, guys.
Can you hear us now?
I am literally standing in my laundry room because it's the only place in the house. Oh my God, you'd have no idea.
I took that out because the cat keeps trying to eat the cable on my mom.
Oh my God.
It's alright, Eric. There's gonna be plenty of time for you to come out and play on Tipsy Tuesday.
The game plan, I took a half day off today. I was going to do the webinar. I had some other stuff I was going to do. This is just going to be an awesome day. And it's raining, no internet connection at home. I'm sitting in front of 2 laptops, an iPad, and my iPhone, and I can't join. I'm like, ah! I work at a software company.
But guess what, Eric?
What's up?
You're here
You
now.
made it, and you
That's
didn't
awesome.
give up, and you're on, and that's awesome.
Persistence, that's right.
That's right.
Guys, I'm so sorry. Oh my God.
Because you could have been like, I'm out. I don't know.
3 more minutes and I was done. I was going to literally break the laptop. I was going to go to Best Buy and buy a new one.
It's not even like something wrong with the device you're using. Sometimes devices, they take a little bit longer to wake up to figure out what their job is.
And that's what it is. I mean,
always know what job their tasks are supposed to do.
I was infuriated blaming my laptop, and I was like, hey, bring me your laptop. She runs in, give me her laptop. Bring me your iPad. So I'm just like, ah! Sorry about that, guys. Well, should have been better prepared. At least I thought I would.
What does it mean when your hand's raised? How do you know who's raised their hand? There's a hand raised. I turned on the quick Q&A, so if someone has a question, go ahead and put it in there.
I believe it's a option over there on the chat, I believe. Oftentimes, you can raise your hand. Let's see.
Do I have my hand raised? I don't know.
No, I think the moderator host can see who raised their hand.
Oh, I just like X'd it. So try again. Sorry, guys. But you can put a question in the comments too, and we can answer.
Yeah. So Eric, we wanted to talk to you a little bit about mindset and where you've been.
Awesome. I've been trying to kill myself. No, I'm just kidding. Mindset, that's something that I consistently work on, and through MLSP, the wake-up calls are phenomenal. One thing that sticks out in my mind is, I think it was maybe 2-3 weeks ago, I was on a wake-up call, and Brian Finale himself hosted, and he was just talking about how he had to really work on his confidence because a lot of the big names in the industry that have overcome tremendous adversity, childhood issues and what have you. And for him, he didn't necessarily have that story, and so he really had to do some mindset and personal development to realize and understand that he was worthy. Just because you don't have such a traumatic beginning and overcome, these ridiculous odds, you still can, be on the path to greatness and be on the path to fulfilling your dreams. And so, for me, that particular wake-up call stood out as far as mindset development goes, because I'm in a similar situation. We all have, issues and things that happen in our life. But with me, I mean, just suburban dad, but just tired of sitting in a cubicle. I'm a supervisor in a call center for a software company, and so the options I have for advancement just is kind of, I know where they're going to go, right? And I really wanted to be an independent, self-employed type of person, but and that's how I got into this industry. But with that, the personal development came along with it. It's beyond anything I can imagine. I mean, even if I will hit my goals. But even with the delays and some of the issues we're having this morning, had it not been for personal development, I probably would have crashed my computer and literally thrown it out the back window and just said F it. But, but I mean, this Tuesday, Tipsy Tuesday, has been instrumental for me because your training in my back office, Twitter training, awesome. Love it, love it, love it, love it. As a matter of fact, I was on Crowdfire just this morning right before I got in the shower. Unfollow. Anyway, I absolutely love it. My thing that I have to work on is I'm still considering myself a new person, learning, and I need to make that transition into a teacher, trainer. And so that's one of my biggest things and where I'm at in my journey.
It truly is one of the hardest things. I was going back. I went to Live the Dream, and I got all the Live the Dream recordings before that, and I've been going back through there, and I forget her name. I want to say it's Baby something, but she talked about really just doing it. You know, like even if nobody's watching or whatever, just getting in the consistency of doing a blog a day, even if it's good or if it's not good or whatever. I mean, as you guys know, my struggle, I've always had a hard time with reading and writing and learning, and I was through disability classes my whole life, and so being able to think that I would have value to share with somebody was really, really hard for me. But the truth is that if I didn't step up, there wouldn't be people who would have been attracted to me, and things would have happened, and things would change. So people are waiting for you, Remember that, huh? Minnie, how long have you been inside of MLSP?
End of 2014. But I didn't do anything like daily active anything till now.
But you're doing awesome. I see you everywhere.
Yeah, but I was everywhere before MLSP, but I didn't realize that I had a brand. So this is the thing about social media. If you use it, you're automatically a brand. People need to understand that just because it's friends and family, you're a brand. And like the minute you upload pictures of your vacations, the minute you post a comment, opinion that you believe in, you're a brand.
Right.
Which is why also people that are in jobs, they wonder why they get in trouble at their jobs because what they post on social media, because it represents them and the company. Right. And then when you become a part of MLSP, a company like that, or your network marketing company, you take that skill that you already have, your own basic social media apps, and expand on it. But some people, they freak out. They have a little Facebook profile. They figure they only talk to friends and family, and that's it. But that's not what it is. The media part is what they're not focusing on. They focus so much on social, but media is about branding.
Yeah, Minnie's still right. I got introduced to the industry back in 2013, and prior to MLSP, I was the spamming guy. I would spam my opportunity all over the web, and I was that annoying guy. And pretty quickly, soon lost a lot of friends and contacts, and then I transitioned to a different company. At the same time, I got introduced to MLSP and realized what I was doing wrong. And like I said, she's absolutely right. To transitioning from just slapping my opportunity all over the place to branding myself, the conversations I'm having are completely different.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that's so true. Like what Minnie said, the one thing that this industry is revolved around relationships, and I think that that's one of the most amazing parts of it. Is the way we were all raised coming from a job atmosphere, you know, I mean, unless your family was entrepreneurs and stuff, we all know the 9 to 5 hourly wage, salary wage, you know, not sure which one's really better because the salary you get hosed on time and the hourly you don't get paid much, you know, it's like you go back and forth. But when it comes down to it and you finally understand and really get the mindset that we're talking about to get to, once you understand the relationship and the fact that you are supposed to grow as a person, it's the best place to be.
Right, absolutely true. And that's my next step is blogging. Kind of like you, I tell myself I'm not a good writer. Which I am a horrible speller. So I let all those things hang me up and play in my head. But I mean, it's just about putting yourself out there, and so. You just got to do it. That's the next step. So hopefully next Tipsy Tuesday, the blog will be up and live. So fingers crossed, we'll see.
Nice. I love it. You got to post it up in the Tipsy Tuesday group when it's up.
Yeah.
People are going to read it and, oh, my God, judgment's going to come.
No.
I can help you with a banner, Eric.
Okay, definitely. We'll have to set up a time for that. But
yeah,
man,
let
I'm
me
just
know.
super excited.
Yep.
Cool.
We'll get you up and running.
All right.
So where do you feel that you have gone from start to where you are now? How much do you think that you've developed, and how's business going for you?
I've developed tremendously. Business is going. If we're talking numbers, I'm doing probably not where I want to be, but I'm learning. I'm tweaking my strategy as I learn. But 5 to 15 leads a day. But what's interesting about that is what I've learned about myself during this process is consistency. If I have consistency, then everything else will fall into place. And so that's one of my biggest things. Like I said earlier, I have to make the transition from student to trainer, teacher. And once I do that, I think everything else will open up.
Yeah. I was just talking to Kelly and Stephanie. We were having a conversation yesterday, and I was telling them about how, you know, I just reached L1 yesterday. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Awesome. Congrats.
Thank you. But I was telling them about how, like, I literally had to sit down and say to myself, what are you not doing? You know, and start doing that. And the two things that I was not doing is I would call, you know, I'd call people, but it would be like, okay, I made 2 calls and then just, you know, move on or whatever. Hopefully my autoresponder will do its job, which it does. The autoresponder does its job, but you still got to develop those relationships and pick up that phone. So that's what I changed, calling and creating content, more content. And it was truly like, take what you're avoiding every day and start doing that, and you will see business changes.
I like that. And being a call center supervisor, you would think that would come naturally, but I guess it's one of those things where I do it so much throughout the day. Do I have to do it again? And so it's a mindset thing, really. But definitely.
Yeah, but the truth is, Eric, is that MLSP is such a powerful tool. Like, it's a more powerful tool than your 5 to 15 leads a day. I mean, that's amazing, Eric. You should be write a blog on how you did it. You know, I mean, that's an amazing amount of leads. I know that people talk about 50 or whatever, but 5 to 15 leads a day is $1 million business if you treat it right, you know, and you work those leads the way they need to be worked and stuff like that. But I mean, you will literally call people and they will know who you are. MLSP is so powerful like that. You know, you'll just be like, wow, really? You know, or just come from a place, you know. For me, I've just been coming from a place. Actually, what I did to hit L1 is I went back. I've had 2 years worth of leads that I have just hoped something would happen with, and I went back through them and I said to myself, I want as many people off of this list as I can. And that's what I did. Like, if you got the wrong number, if you're not going to email me back, off, 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 because you're wasting space in what is the most powerful tool, your CRM. You know, and now I've built all these relationships within the last couple weeks of people who, you know, I'm talking to daily, and I mean, it's just, it truly has been like, wow, eye-opening as far as, and if they don't call you back, then most likely they're not in the place to understand it anyways. Right, and you don't want to waste a bunch of time on somebody who doesn't understand it, you know? I mean, that's I
did that prior to that. I was like twisting arms and trying to convince people this is the opportunity for you. No, those days are over.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's where MLSP comes into, is it's truly like, you know, before you're looking for anybody with a pulse and a couple bucks. Right. And now it's like, no, I'm not sure that we're going to work together very well, you know? Right.
And that's so true. I've seen the progression from when you and I first got connected on Twitter, and now you're hitting L1. I'm just like, man, she is killing it over there. And it is nice to be around that type of energy, because that's what you need to feed off of. It's very easy to fall in that place of complacency of like, let me create some content, let me get some stuff out there, and you get that mindset, and then pretty soon you give up. Whereas, you know, Tipsy Tuesday and being around you hitting L1. I mean, you feed off that energy. Now I have to hit L1, and so that's I love it. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, it's just, again, it's just exciting to be learning new things without that pressure. Because at the beginning, I put a whole lot of pressure on myself, working from a place of guilt, or I have to hit this by this certain date. And those goals are still needed, and I still push myself. But at the same time, that guilt has been removed, and so. Just excited, man. Just really excited.
It is. There's just recently, who was it? I think it might have been Adam Chandler or somebody, who talked about taking the word need out and exchange it with deserve. And it's crazy. If you start watching your language and you change that simple word, you know, like, oh my gosh, I need $100 for, you know, for whatever, electricity or whatever. And if you turn around and you say, I deserve it, then you come from a place of, do you deserve it? Are you doing the work to get it? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it becomes this like, and yes, I do deserve it. You do deserve it. And if there's only one person out there watching you, which I know there's a lot more, but they're watching you daily. They're coming over to your blog. You know, think about who you follow. Think about who you go to just see. Like, did they blog today? You know, and it shows consistency for, you know, and just like you said, like, think of that person, the people that you're going to help and change their lives completely forever.
Yeah. And it's so funny you say that, because when you posted this about this on Facebook, saying come join us on this particular Tuesday, a few people and a few associates of mine from a previous MLM that I was with, they saw it, and, you know, they're, oh man, you know, I'm thinking they're gonna hop on. But what's cool is they see the growth without seeing the spamming all over social media, and that's the cool part about it. It's like, oh, I guess he's still at it. I guess he's still doing his thing, but we're not. There's nothing in my inbox blowing me up, and so that's the fun part about it. It's like they're seeing that he's still plugging. I'm still plugging away without beating down their doors, and so now they're gonna be like, we may need to see what he's about over there. That's the cool part.
Oh yeah, they're watching, and pretty soon, I mean, it'll be like all of a sudden they'll be like, okay, so what are you up to? What are you doing? And you'll be like, oh my gosh, really? You know, and that's the power. That's truly the power of the tool. It's the power of the building the relationships. It's the power of network marketing, man. It's absolutely an amazing industry. I love it.
I did have a quick question. Do you blog every day?
No, I do not blog every day. I am probably about once a week blogger at this point. I would like to get to blogging every day, but I do also work my YouTube video or my YouTube channel.
Gotcha.
As well. So those are the two things I'm kind of going back and forth. You know, it's stick with one strategy, and it's hard because I have people that watch me over here and I have people that watch me over here. And the truth is that the blog's where it's at. I mean, that is your home. You own that, and that's where you want to be, you know, putting your content and creating and stuff like that. But
Okay.
yeah, it's you know, I think of it, you know, I was gonna do, this might help you a little bit. Where is it?
Yeah, because you might want to make a content calendar for 30 days. So for the next 30 days, you know exactly what content you're posting and where you're posting it.
I like that.
Yeah, because on my Twitter feed, Hootsuite, they had an image of a content calendar snapshot. So I saved that image, so at least have a template of how a content calendar looks. So I'll probably post it on my Facebook. So
I'm sorry. Are you talking about like a schedule, like Tuesday I do this type thing?
Like, you know exactly where you're getting the picture from. You know exactly what links it's going to send to. You know exactly what you're talking about. And then if you need to, you can put like 3 points in it, so you know exactly what 3 points you're going to cover. And then also other blogs you're reading. That's also your content source as well. Like one blog I'm on, it's a blog about helping mommy bloggers. And they had an article about 3 questions you'd ask before you quit your day job. So I want to take the same 3 points and just make my own opinion on them based on the same 3 titles. Because it's not even about making up other content. It's about finding content that's related to your message.
Gotcha.
Because you're not making up new stuff.
Okay. With that, is there, how do I say this? Is there a concern with, I don't want to use the word copyright, but is there a concern with reusing content, or you know what I mean? Like someone saying, "Hey, that's my original post," or is there any concern around that, or?
It's a combination of, so you read an article that you really like, and then instantly you have an opinion about what you read.
True.
So you write your opinion first, and then you customize it so it looks like your message.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because we read like everything, opinion, news, everything all the time.
Anyway.
And then we go to work every day, we talk about it around the water cooler, but nobody's coming out there actually printing off the news article and sharing it with everybody.
Very true. Very true.
And even like the blog, you know, like the wake up call that you were on, you know, if you're taking notes or anything like that, I mean, just simply be, you know, there's a few, I was looking for my notepad on it, but there's a few different types of content that you can create. You can create how-to, you can create tips, you know, like 3 tips, 5 tips, whatever, inspirational content. So you can literally be like, I was inspired to tell you this because Brian Finale on the wake-up call, and right there, Brian Finale is a keyword that's probably searched quite a bit. So you could go into the keyword, you know, I don't know if you've done any kind of keyword research, stuff like that, but you can just start playing around with that keywords, and the MLSP is a keyword, you know, and you can just put in there MLSP phone calls and da-da-da-da-da, and then, you know, call to action is a membership sign up, or even put the wake up call phone number on there.
Okay.
You know, there, you know, I mean, listening to those wake up calls for 20 minutes and the stuff that you can get off of them is just absolutely amazing if you're putting pen to paper.
Right, right.
Yeah, because I have a video that I made in my first 10 days in Miley System Pro, and I'm still getting comments on it today. So a troll posted a comment on it the other day asking for an update, because I've been in MLSP for 2 years, but it never occurred to me to make an update of what I'm doing in MLSP for 2 years. So I replied back saying, yes, I'll make an update, and then he replied back very like, you took so long to get back to me. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I want to say I'm busy.
Right.
But he was just so mean about it, or he's trying to say that I lost a prospect. And then I replied back, that's the beauty of attraction marketing. I get to choose who I work with.
Boom.
But the old mindset me would have had a huge debate, argument, document with this person. Where I had to really think of, no, this is your brand. Clearly it's working. People want to know about MLSP. And 10 days is our standard like trial offer. So in itself, it's keywords to the 10-day trial. It's keywords to MLSP. So it was like, okay, I didn't realize this was like my best piece of content because it has like 2,000 views on it for 2 years.
Wow.
And I just put it up because I was happy about MLSP. I didn't even think of the future. So some videos are like that. You make it because you just want to share your opinion, and then all of a sudden it becomes your highest watch video.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's. I heard the other day, people come online for 3 things: entertainment, knowledge, and news. So if you can deliver those 3 things in a video or in a blog, you're set, because that's what they're searching for. They're searching for those things, you know.
Mm. And
truly being you, you know, going back to the mindset and things like that. Once you finally are ready to like open up, because the truth is, Eric, you'll start teaching and you'll start and it. I was on Mark's what is it, Lando?
Yeah, he's all over the place. I forget how to pronounce it myself.
I know it's so hard. He always spells it.
Lalone. That's it.
Okay, so I was on his webinar on Sunday, and he said it takes practice to be you. And I'm like, it's so true, because automatically as humans, we get in front of a camera or in front of a notepad to start blogging, and we want to be the professional. You know, we want to come off as somebody who's this, as somebody who's that. And the truth is that the people who are out there looking for help want the truth. Why is reality TV so popular?
Right.
Because we want reality. We want the real you. You know, what do you stand for? What are your values? What makes you tick every day is what's going to attract people to you. I mean, I don't know who he is, but the Jedi guy, the Star Wars Jedi guy, have you guys run into him at all?
Yeah, I think it's Justin Varangia.
Oh, I know who you guys talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, he's literally branded around being a Star Wars fan. Like, and guess who loves him? Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, so it's just like, it's an amazing thing, and it's the practicing and the mindset to get you to that place to where you're comfortable being you. You know, and if you're on this and you're already comfortable with being you, and that's great. But most people do struggle with, you know, what is this person going to say if someone comments something bad? You know, I mean, I was in the same position just the other day where somebody came across and was like, you know, on my email list, unsubscribed, and did all the whole hated thing, which was like the first time it's ever happened to me. And I was the same way Minnie was. Like, all of a sudden I was like, and then I'm like, what? I have other things I need to be doing other than responding to you. And that's what they wanted. They wanted me to respond to them.
They wanted, absolutely,
you know?
Absolutely.
And I was like, you know what? I pay for this every month, so bye-bye. I don't need to go on here.
And to your point, I was on a Periscope with Ray Higdon the other day, and he had a guy just came on there to be nasty, you know, cursing him out while he's doing a live Periscope. And he addressed it. He's like, you know what, you haters, that's fine. I'm just going to keep on moving. And that was the perfect way to address it, because people asking a question. He was doing his Q&A, and it popped up as just vile, just ridiculous stuff. And he was like, let's just keep moving. And that was amazing to me, because he could have easily went down that rabbit hole of back and forth with this guy.
Yeah, he says he's like, you know, people ask him, what do you do with the haters? And he's like, I don't have to do anything. All my followers attack them.
And that's true.
Yeah, like even this weekend, my city had something called PodCamp. So it's like a free conference where it's run all based on volunteers. So anybody who's in digital space could have a presentation. And this one guy was just so worried about haters. Like, it was this 5-minute conversation about haters, where I think Ty Lopez actually makes a video series just to make comments about haters and laugh at them at the same time. So gives the haters their spotlight for 2 minutes, and then gives them like their own advice time at the same time. And this person just couldn't understand, how do you turn a hater into like a positive thing?
Right.
It's like, you have somebody who's obsessively going to follow all your stuff, post something negative on your stuff. So that means either they don't have a lot of things going on in their life to be there to post, like, oh, you posted this? Well, that's a scam. I'm like, okay, great. And then you post that? Well, your head's too big. It's just... Yeah.
Which I do have a big head, but never mind that.
But I'm realizing that if you think I have a big head, that means you're paying attention to my big head.
But no, that's so true. I mean, if you have haters, then you must be doing something right because they're interested in what you're saying and what you're doing, so they have to watch you.
Yeah, because they have to pay attention to you to actually find something about what you're saying and make it into something negative.
Right. Absolutely.
So I'm like, okay, great. So you watch my content, you found something of value for you to make a comment about it, and then you're going to watch the next one next week.
See you next week.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is it's like no bad press. Bad press is good press too. I mean, they're all these actors and stuff out there. They are told by their agencies sometimes to go out and cause chaos so that we all remember who they are.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to get in a Twitter fight with Kanye West. Then I'll be viral at that point. But videos, are you guys doing lots of videos or any at all? Or?
Yes. Have you done? Do you know about Screenomatic?
Screenomatic? Oh no. It sounds familiar. But...
Screenomatic.com. And it is a screen sharing application. So you can go in there and record up to 15 minutes worth of video for free.
But the pro version is $15 for the year.
Huh?
The pro version of Screenomatic is like $15 for the year.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
And it's also like, it doubles as a video editing software too when you get the pro.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you're able to record your screen. It's very basic. Blogtips.com. Eileen Smith, I think, really recommends it because all her videos are recorded and edited from that.
Which one was that?
Eileen Smith.
No, blogtips.com is the other one.
Yeah, I think, yeah. I'll find her website. I'll find her website in a second.
What was that
Will you
first?
post it in Tipsy Tuesday for us?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
And the first video plays, was it videos, what was it, the name of that website?
Screenomatic.
Screenomatic, that's it, okay.
And it's screen-o-matic.com.
I'm a horrible speller. Could you hit me up on Facebook with that one?
Yeah. As soon as I figure out how to spell it.
I'm like, let me just voice speak into my phone real quick. That'll work.
Eric, I'm going to tell you something because it'll probably help you. I was doing extensions. You know how we do the Crowdfire extensions and stuff?
Yeah.
And I was running through there, and I wonder if I can find it real fast, what it is. Read and write for Google Chrome. Okay, what it is it's an extension because one of my reasons why I wasn't making phone calls is because I was scared to death that I would be pronouncing their names wrong. Because you get some names that you're like, whoa. I mean, like, and you could pronounce it just the smallest way wrong, and they're gonna be like, wow, that's what my school bully called me,
You know how many people call me Mimi?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I'm like, okay, so
I mean, you can just break that down in two. I can get that one.
I still get called Mimi, and I'm like, that has nothing to do anywhere near my name.
What? Let's say Mimi?
I guess they blend the ends together. That's what I
was gonna say. It's only one M. I don't understand how you get me out of that.
Okay, so here it is. Oh, let me show you real fast. So if you get into your prospects list, let's just go into please, for those of you watching, do not call these people. Right here, this little puzzle icon on here. it says hover speech. So you click on this, and then you go like this. Is that cool?
That's pretty cool.
So now I never have to worry about mispronouncing the name, because if they mispronounced it, then most likely it helps. It's helped for sure.
Yeah, I do that at work sometime. I'm about to call someone and I'm like, oh man, I have no idea how to say this. I'm like, hey, Eric from Intel, what's going on?
We're better off to call them by their telephone numbers. Like really, like their last 4 digits of their telephone number or something.
I just called 5698. Oh yeah.
Like 68159.
I'm gonna try
They know their phone number at least.
Exactly.
I'm gonna see what my conversion rate is after that.
That might work. I don't know.
Oh man, but I appreciate the patience while I'll hop on. I was freaking out. I was like, what? I missed work to not join the webinar? What are we doing here?
Yeah. Well, your persistence helped. You got right through it.
Awesome,
Part of the biggest challenge.
Yeah. But I will be hitting you up with some tutorials on my blog. But I'm going to be blowing you. And like I say, hopefully the next week. I just got to see how everything pans out. I've been at work. It's been crazy. I've been taking on extra projects, so that's usually my time to create content at work. But here lately, I've actually had to work, which is crazy. But so it's precarious, but it's coming. It's coming.
Good. Just keep staying tapped in. I mean, what you're doing and how you're tapping into all of it is really like the most important part, because as soon as you start pulling yourself away, I mean, I've gone a few days without jumping on a wake up call or whatever, and I can completely see it in my business and how I go about my day if I miss one.
Yeah, and that's my thing. It's like things are slowly starting to pick up, and I don't want to quit now, because if I quit now, it's like, what have I spent the last year of my life doing before anyway? So
right.
And so, yeah. I see it, taste it. It's just almost there. The breakthrough's coming.
Yep. Well, just the language alone, the way you speak about it and stuff like that is, you're definitely on the road to the success.
Working from home. Awesome.
Yeah, because you'll be surprised. I mean, there's people who randomly, like, all of a sudden they'll message over to me. I've never spoken to them before. It's a platform that I don't really, focus on getting leads from or something like that, and all of a sudden you'll get them across and they're like, hey, can we talk? I'd love to find out what you're doing, or hey, I'm ready to sign up. I mean, it literally comes as long as you're still doing the thing.
Right.
Even if you're not doing it, the right way, which I don't think there's any really right way. That's the beauty of it, is it's about you.
It's really about getting your content out there. Like when I got my first sale, like my first mastery sale in MLSP,
that'd be cool.
It was like, wait a minute, I did something? Wait. And I didn't speak to this person, so it was kind of, I didn't call this lead, but they joined, so are they still a lead? So I called anyway and left a message saying, I know you joined. I'm here. I'm the person you joined with. Call me back. I never heard from them, but it's still making the effort to let the people know that even if you join automatically without contacting me, there is a way to still get contacted by the person you're joined with. Like, even though it's not about building teams in MLSP, but you're still attached to somebody usually, unless you go directly to the website on your own. Then there's you go in there, you see like a generic avatar, but almost majority of everybody in MLSP is attached to somebody who's usually available to guide them there. So now there's a section in there where we have to upload our own welcome video. That needs to get done because it makes it more effective.
Oh, wow.
When you log on right on the home page, right at, there's that notepad for whatever's going on at MLSP, and then right above that is that watch me first, and then their social media contacts, and then their phone number and things like that, that's a spot where we need to make sure when people join, they know there's somebody they can contact if they freak out and need help.
True.
That's the first live person they're gonna try to reach out to.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eric, do you know how to add hosted media to your back office?
Yes.
Yeah, so I would just shoot a quick 2-minute video or whatever for your members and stick it in there.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's what Mark Lalone was doing last Sunday.
Yeah.
Where he actually made his video clips to welcome people in MLSP, so that way they know exactly, like, this is the person I'm with, this is where I need to go, this is what I need to do. Because he also had it where he didn't want anybody to contact him until they did the following steps he asked them to. So it was like register for the new member coaching, or go into the archives to watch the last new member coaching video, and then sign up for the Tuesday webinars and then the Wednesday webinar, and then go through the 6 steps. Since it's a lot easier now than before.
Yeah.
Because before it was like 15 steps to sign up, now it's down to 6.
That's smart on his part, because that also puts them in it's almost a filtration process to see who's really serious and who's not.
Yeah, it does. Because you only want to work with the people that actually know, okay, I log in, I click here, I start here.
Right.
My links are set up. I know what my links are. I know what my email responder is.
Mm-hmm.
I posted my link somewhere. Because that's what happened to me. I posted my link somewhere because I followed the Start Here training. And yes, it took 2 years later. But, I mean, ideally, nobody really wants it to have 2 years later come back. But it was my mindset at the time when I joined in. I joined in. I had this huge weight of fear that I took a while to shake off. And now it's gone. I'm like, oh, once it was gone, I think the $100 showed up. I think that's what happened. As soon as I let go of my doubtful self, I checked my email. You have commission. And it wasn't like how MLSP has a preset automated emails that has a title saying for your first commission. This is a real your first commission. Check your earnings in the back office.
Nice.
I'm like, it was instantly, I read it, I'm like, oh my god, what? And then when I logged in and it said 1 active point towards L1, it was like, oh my god. And then I end up being in the Saturday, like the results that MLSP does in the blog, because I posted in the Facebook group. I woke up this morning and I got $100. Like, it was this instant, like, holy crap, this really works.
Drinks on you. Nice.
Well, yes. Enough drinks if it's happy hour. Yes.
Yeah, Eric, I just re-upped my video back there.
Mm-hmm.
So when you log in, just watch the new video that I have, and just like Minnie was saying, because I was on the same webinar as her, just watch what I said, because I told them the steps to go through, and then you can make yours pretty much exactly the same.
Okay.
Plus, that'll give you practice for video in general, to make that video. Because that video, only people who are a member of you in MLSP will see that video.
Okay.
So even if it's not the best video, it's you actually making a video that goes live in a place that's going to be valuable.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you saw my first one. Oh.
Hey, you got one out there.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna cut this off. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I'm gonna grab this. Oh, I can't grab that link. Will you put that link in Tipsy Tuesday as well, Minnie?
Okay.
If you guys, if anybody is watching this as a rerun on YouTube and want to know more about MLSP, you can go ahead and click the link below, and you'll get more information on MLSP. So, I hope you guys have a wonderful day.
Likewise, you guys. And man, I'm jealous of all the banners, man. We got to get that set up.
I'll send you over a video showing you how to do it.
Okay. Have a great day. Sorry about the delays.
Next week is the 1-year anniversary of Tipsy Tuesday. So if you guys want to come on out and hang out and party with us next Tuesday, I would love it. If you can make it on. Even I know, Eric. I know you work. Even if you could sneak in a little phone action or something.
I won't have as many technical difficulties at work. I'm on the work. That's no problem.
Yeah, but it'd be interesting if you try to hide away and be on the hangout, and then your coworkers like hovering over you. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Usually I'm not this interactive on the Tipsy Tuesday. I'm just listening in because I'm at work. But next week I'll sneak into a conference room real quick.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. I think this was huge. There was a lot of value in that.
I learned a lot, and confidence is through the roof. Thank you, ladies.
Yeah, because you don't have to be technical to do technical stuff.
Yeah.
Very true.
So that's the big thing we learned today. It's
very true. Yeah. I can get stuff done, hang out in my son's room. That's very true.
All right. Well, thank you guys all for coming. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.